I'm thrilled today to announce another one of our Earth Week events. My name is Mira Zoshi. I'm Deputy Mayor for Operations for New York City. I'm here along with our Mayor, Eric Adams, right behind me, as well as our Deputy Mayor for Economic and Workforce Development, Maria Torres Springer, our Sanitation Commissioner, Jessica Tisch, our Small Business Services Commissioner, Kevin Kim, Transportation Commissioner, Udonis Rodriguez, our Chief Climate Officer and the Commissioner for the Department of Environmental Protection, Rit Agarwal, State Senator Brad Hoylman, and many of our council members, including Council Member Sandy Nurse, Council Member Gail Brewer, Eric Botcher, and Keith Powers, and of course our Times Square Alliance President, Tom Harris. Thank you to all of them for your contributions to get to today. So today's announcement is a concrete step from the Adams administration on keeping our public space clean, clear, and accessible. And today it's literally about containing the litter that pedestrians leave in litter baskets, and especially in this dense area that overflows time and time again daily, that now can be contained in the containerization equipment that you see right next to me. So I'm going to turn it over now to our Mayor, Eric Adams.
Thank you so much. And we're not here just simply to talk trash, you know? Out of all of our announcements and conferences, this has generated so much energy from those who are in government, out of government. We want a clean, safe New York. You know, that's important to us. And I was amazed at how many people are coming together around this issue. We all know that cleanliness is next to godliness. And we want to thank our collaborations of our electeds, our commissioners. They see this as an important initiative on behalf of our city. And we also want to really welcome our new DSNY commissioner here with us, Commissioner Tisch. Thank you for being here with us as well and on joining our amazing team. It's great to celebrate Earth Week. We have been doing this throughout the week to really lean into the environmental justice, and we know environmental justice begins on the street level. It starts in our streets and how we treat our community. No matter where I go, I hear the complaints over and over again, loud and clear, New Yorkers, you want clean streets. You want trash off our sidewalks. You're tired of the rodents, you're tired of the smell, you're tired of seeing food waste and spillage. You want clean, safe streets, and we heard you. And clean streets are vital to our neighborhoods, ensure the vitality exists in our city. You want to easily move throughout your city. You want it to be safe and healthy to get around. So today, we're announcing the Clean Curb pilot to all 5 boroughs. All 5 boroughs will have some semblance of this beautiful containers in their community. We want to stop the dodging of black bags and rats and spillage. That's the goal as we move throughout our city. Instead, we'll be testing container models throughout the city. They're impressive, they're clean, they're out of the way, and containers will reduce some of the problems that we have when you see the black bags all over the city. They will ensure our streetscapes are as beautiful as the people who walk on the street. That's who New Yorkers are. We're going to take back the space for our citizens. Often pedestrian spaces are used to hold many of these garbage bags. You see them all the time, and I know you're frustrated about them as we are. The container you see here today is stored by the Times Square Alliance. Thank you so much for that. It hides and secures the black bags that you normally see on our streets. Just look at this block and how having this container here, it just beautifies the entire block that's here. How many of you are tourists? Who's tourists? Who's a tourist here? Visiting from somewhere. Don't you like this better? Love it. Love it. You know? And so we are going to install similar containers in neighborhoods across the city, and it's going to really help in our goal and mission to send the right message of our city as a clean, safe place to be. As we move into spring and into summer, it's imperative to get this initiative underway. And so I cannot thank all those who are involved from just about all of our agencies, DEP, Small Business Services, Department of Sanitation, both deputy mayors, Maria Torres Springer and Deputy Mayor Joshi Mira, just a whole team. We have all come together to state that this is a top priority for us to create a clean, safe city. So thank you, Deputy Mayor, and the entire team. Thank all of you.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. I just want to give you a few details. This is an investment of $1.3 million that we're making across the city, and the key component here is it's in partnership with commercial neighborhoods and residential neighborhoods. This is a product of a partnership with the Times Square Alliance. We'll be working with bids across the city. They'll be choosing what works for their neighborhood based on their neighborhood needs. The Times Square Alliance has a particular problem. You can see it demonstrated here with the before and after. Litter from the litter baskets is bagged and lumped together several times a day because of the number of people that come through this neighborhood, and what you see at the end of the day is what you have on your right or left, depending on where you're standing, and on the other side is what it'll look like going forward. So it's really about containing the trash. And it seems like a simple thing, and we should all be, easily understandable of it, but it makes a huge difference in the quality of life and the experience that visitors and residents have when they walk down the streets. So I really want to thank all of our partners in this effort, because we can always buy equipment, we can always get the technology, but it's the cultural change that starts with the community that makes the real difference. And without both ingredients, we can't make our streets cleaner. So thank you very much. I do want to turn it over now to some of our elected officials, but before I do that, my partner in crime, Maria Torres Springer, Deputy Mayor for Economic Development and Workforce Development.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Joshi. Good afternoon, everyone, and hello to Times Square. We're so excited to be here. So many colleagues in government, so many colleagues in elected office, and it's appropriate that we do it here in Times Square with all of the partners that we have. We know the important role that business improvement districts, that community-based organizations play in our city, in stewarding the public realm and enlivening our commercial districts. And that's why when the mayor announced his economic recovery plan just a few weeks ago, we really put front and center our commercial districts and our business improvement district partners. Now, the mayor from day one has said that we have to break down the silos of government. We have to really take a whole of government approach to all of our city's challenges, including keeping our streets and curbs clean and safe. And today is a perfect example of that. We are taking a very big step with an innovative solution to clean up our streets and public spaces. And cleaner streets, of course, means safe streets for pedestrians, shoppers, tourists, everyday New Yorkers, and it means a better commercial environment for our small business owners throughout the 5 boroughs. So today's just a start. We're really getting stuff done with the Times Square Alliance and with so many partners. And as the Deputy Mayor mentioned, we are bringing this to all 5 boroughs and are going to work collaboratively with partners on the ground. Just the first in the many ways we are really re-envisioning our public realm to ensure that it's safe, welcoming, and attractive to all. So thanks to everyone, and special thanks to our amazing Deputy Mayor for Operations, Mira Joshi. Back to you.
Thank you. Next, we're going to hear from State Senator Brad Hoylman.
Thank you, Deputy Mayors. Thank you, and welcome, Commissioner, and to my colleagues and the Council. Thank you for all your efforts. I hear a lot about this as a state senator, Mr. Mayor, even though I can't do much about it. But I am really proud of this city administration finally taking this step forward. It is such a common sense approach that has been far too long in the making. When we have trash on our sidewalks, not only is it a bad look for New York City, but it's dangerous. My daughter and I on the way to school have to step over the piles. The bags often fall in the cycling lanes, and everyone, I think, knows that it invites vermin. So this step to containerize trash is so necessary and welcome. You know, they say there's not a Democratic or Republican way to pick up the garbage. There clearly is a Democratic way to containerize trash. And Mr. Mayor, I am so proud that you're doing it. Thank you very much.
Good one-liners. Okay, next, our Chair of the Sanitation Committee for City Council, Councilmember Sandy Nurse.
You didn't expect me up here so early. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. Listen, I just want to say this is awesome. This is great news. All of our hearings that we've had, people have come on to testify. They've submitted testimony asking for us to get the bags of trash bags off the sidewalk and into the containers. So this is just really fantastic that the administration is taking this move, very clearly listening to the needs on top of the other announcements earlier this week. So this is just really, really exciting. I don't really want to take up too much space, but I'm really also very excited that this is happening in all of the boroughs. Oftentimes the outer boroughs don't get to be a part of the pilots and the experimentation. And so I'm really excited that we'll get some out there, really putting a hard ask for East New York. But just congratulations on this, and thank you for listening to New Yorkers.
Thank you. Next is Councilmember Gail Brewer.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor and my fellow elected officials. I'm glad it's starting in Manhattan, just so you know. But I do like all the other boroughs. I'm very partial. I do want to thank Times Square. They are often the first to make sure that these pilots are successful. I like the colors. I like the fact that it doesn't have any advertising on it. I hope it never does. I don't think the homeless can get in for a house because I looked at the locks and they're quite good, but you never know. And most importantly, the number one issue in our communities across the city is the trash concerns. And I think this is a good way to show that we're addressing it. There are tons of opportunities to keep the rats away. This is the best one. I remember when the mayor was borough president, he stood up with a rat and said that rats were a problem. And now he's addressing it by making sure that we have secure trash bins across the boroughs. We'd like to see them everywhere because I think that the residential communities in particular end up having some of the bags on the street more often because they don't have the bids and they don't have supers across the board. Congratulations. Homeless, you're not going to get in. No advertising, and the trash is going away. Thank you very much.
Maybe we could get some art on them.
No.
He likes it played. Okay. Next, Councilmember Eric Botcher.
Thank you very much. You know, people ask me sometimes, why do you talk about trash all the time? And the truth is that people have had it. New Yorkers have had it. They're tired of the status quo. For too long, we've just been used to it, walking by mountains of trash on the sidewalk. And this is part of the evolution of New York, right? At one point, we were used to dirt roads. We had open sewers in the street. 40 years ago, we were used to graffiti all over the trains. We're no longer okay with that. 20 years ago when I moved to New York, we rode our bikes with traffic. That's just the way it was. That's what's happening here. And we are the generation of political leadership who's going to change it. This is the city council that's going to change it with Councilmember Sandy Nurse at the Sanitation Committee. And you, sir, I believe you're the mayor who's going to change it. So we're going to look back decades from now as the beginning of the time when we changed our approach to sanitation when we got the mountains of trash bags off the sidewalk. Thanks to everyone who's part of this. Let's go do it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Councilmember Keith Powers.
That's right, Powers is in the house. The mayor said it, I could repeat it. Look, there is nothing more New York than talking about trash, and I'm really excited to be here on a day where we're thinking differently in this city, thinking differently about how we handle even just a basic issue as how we handle trash and sanitation. I want to thank the mayor because when he ran for office and we talked after he ran for office, he talked a lot about addressing those small little things in this city that add up to become bigger problems and things that we get calls about every single day, and fixing those what seemingly intractable issues that really create a disruption in this city. So I want to thank the mayor because he's he's living up to the promise that he made to many New Yorkers to go after those small little issues that add up. And I also will say I want to thank my colleagues in City Council because last year as we were welcoming them all into City Council, sanitation and trash was the #1 issue that every single one of them talked about. Whether you're in Midtown, like Councilmember Botcher, or East New York, like Councilmember Nurse, all over the city, we had council members who were talking about trash. And it was sort of blew me away, but it was the issue that every New Yorker was talking about at this particular time. So it is the right time, it is a good time to be talking about ways to do this differently. So I'm very excited to be starting here in our districts in Midtown and to expanding this citywide. It is time for New York City to innovate. It is time for us to address those intractable or seemingly intractable issues. So I really want us to thank the mayor and his entire team here for bringing us out here today with some very, very good news that I think will be very welcome to all the New Yorkers. Thanks.
Thank you. Now I'd like to bring on, and that was a good segue, the energy that's going to fuel solving some of those intractable problems. Our new Commissioner for Sanitation, Jessica Tisch, who's had a great first week and it's only Wednesday.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Joshi. And thank you to the Times Square Alliance for hosting the very first Clean Curbs bins. These sealed containers are in a spot where bags of litter basket waste used to sit on the curb for hours, providing a free all-you-can-eat buffet for rats. We've talked about wanting to change this for years, and now we're announcing new funds to test our Clean Curbs containers in all 5 boroughs. Whether residential, commercial, or litter basket trash, we want to find out what works, what doesn't, and finally give New Yorkers the clean curbs that they deserve. I look forward to announcing more containerization projects in the months ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we're going to close with the man who made this possible, in addition to our mayor who made this possible, the leader of the Times Square Alliance, Tom Harris. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor. I'm honored to be here today representing the Times Square Alliance staff who works tirelessly to improve and promote Times Square and keep it clean and safe and welcoming to all. This is an example of what happens when the public sector gets together with the private sector. It's amazing what you can get done. A recent survey of the Times Square stakeholders found cleanliness to be one of our top issues. And with 300,000 people once again coming back to Times Square each day, keeping the streets and sidewalks clean is an absolute priority. We are thrilled to partner with Mayor Adams, the Department of Sanitation, and the Department of Transportation to pilot containerizing our public garbage. Today we see the difference one containerized station can make on one corner. The lessons we learn will help to expand this to other parts of the city. I want to thank Mayor Adams and his administration. We have really seen a shift. For years we've heard why things can't get done, and this program shows us what happens when we change that mindset and get things done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone. We made all this trash together, so we'll clean it up together in future public-private partnerships throughout the city. Thank you.